Well, hello. I see you made it back for some more hairy videos. Today we are talking about 10 different ways to part your hair. Sounds very exciting, I know. Today I have compiled 10 different ways to part your hair, some of which will help enhance your natural face shape and features, and then some others will add a little bit of mystery to your hair life. So overall, these are super easy to accomplish. They're so much fun to see your face and hair transform to like a whole different other person. Hello, I am Ilana. And I'm Sally, the pretty one. It's a blast and you guys will love it. All right, so the first part is the middle or the center part. And this is like that classic natural way of where your hair falls. So the center part is a very universal part because it looks good on majority of the face shapes, but you can really transform these three face shapes: round, oval, and oblong. So obviously not everybody falls under the same face shape category. For example, some days I feel that my face is a little bit more round than usual because I maybe ate like 10 cakes the previous night, or it just depends on how I did my makeup. So let's say, for example, I'm feeling a little bit more round. I will take these front fringes and literally lay it as close as possible to my cheeks on the really outer portions of my eyebrows. And this will create like that shadow cast on my face, giving that illusion that my round face is a little bit longer than it actually is. And this helps give my face a little bit more symmetry, and it just overall helps me feel not as round. So for the oval face shape, that's what I usually have on the good days. So what I like to take these front pieces and just slightly open up my face just a little bit so there's not as many harsh shadows right around the cheek area. So let's say you fall under the oblong face category. This is where your face is a little bit longer versus round. I just love taking these front hairs and just taking them a little bit back and exposing and opening up my face all the way. This just helps make your oblong face features more proportional and more symmetrical without making your face look too long. If you are already parting your hair in the center, give this one a try. This is the off-center part where it kind of gives a nice play off the center part with a more modern chic look, and also it gives a little bit more volume to the roots of your hair, which is awesome. Are you guys ready? This is very difficult. Take your finger, any finger, and go either on right or your left side. Guys, I'm kidding, it's super easy. Take your finger just a little bit off the center, like an inch or so, and then take it to the other side. But leave the rest of the hair right in the center. And this just gives a play off the center part with a more modern chic look. So this next hair part, I like to call it the T part. And this is kind of the opposite of when you have bangs. So when you have bangs, you usually have your hair centered right in the middle, and then you have your bangs full on right here, right? Let's create that T part. Take your finger or your rat tail comb. I like to take a rat tail comb. It's a little bit easier to control. And then I'm gonna start about like halfway on the top of my head, and I'm just gonna drag it down straight. Take this hair back, and then do exactly the same thing on the other side. Just follow the same line, and then take the hair back. So let's bang it from the back. So instead of having bangs in the front, we're gonna have bangs in the back. So it creates that nice T part. So I'm gonna take this section, have a teasing comb on hand, and I'm just gonna tease this hair just a little bit to give it more volume and create that shape and hold. I'm just going on each side. You can go as big or small as you want. I'm just gonna comb it back just a little bit to get rid of some of those knots. Take some hairspray and set it in place. And I'm using the L'Oreal Elnet Satin Hairspray, extra hold, unscented. You can take a little bit of hairspray, dry shampoo or dry texturizing spray, just to add a little bit more hold to your little bang portion in the back. This just gives your hair like that 1950s, 60s vibe. I love it. If you wanted to dress it up just a little bit more, get like a silk scarf and do it really thin and just place it right here, kind of like underneath your hair. Looks super cute. So this next part is like my signature look. It's where I feel my hair looks best. It's the deep part. Either side will work. I'll show you on both what it looks like. So I'll just go on the right side first, and I like to take it as far as possible as I can, as my hair will allow, let's put it that way. So I just take my fingers, and I don't make it perfect whatsoever. I just take my fingers all the way to the crown of my head, and I take it as deep as I can. So you see all of that volume? Love it. My favorite. So the reason why a deep part is so flattering in every face shape is because it helps highlight and expose your face features, for example, your eyes and your cheekbones. And what I like to do, an extra step, is take the hair that's on the parted line, take it right behind the ear, and I like to take all of it that's in the front, and this just helps expose my cheekbones even more and my eyes. And it just looks so flattering. So to help you achieve this look that will last all night long is I like to take some kind of volume thickening spray, and this is one of my favorites, the Bumble and Bumble Thickening Dry Spun Finish. And it's a really great product where it adds a little bit more volume and hold to your roots. So when I make a nice deep part, I take this spray and I take it to the hair that's laying down the other way. I hope that makes sense. And then just kind of work it in with my fingers. If you want, you can tease it a little bit underneath to add a little bit more volume as well. Just like so. Just take it in little sections. And then for this side, to make it nice and smooth, just take some hairspray on your teasing comb and just brush this side down. And I like to play with my different sides. I don't always part it to the left or to the right. I like to play with my hair. Same thing, but it still looks totally different, right? Taking it to the other side. So for this next deep side, I like to call it the mysterious side. The reason why is because some of the hair is gonna lay across one of your eyes that's on the opposite side of the part. So I'm starting the deep side on my left side. And instead of the hair kind of laying towards the back or towards behind of the ear, I'm gonna take these front hairs, just gonna take a brush, and I'm gonna brush them forward on top of my face. I'm gonna take this behind the ear just to kind of open up the other side so it's not closed off. And just maneuver your hair a little bit so your face is not totally closed off. Take a little bit of hairspray. So I just love the way this looks. It's deep, but it's kind of going on top of my forehead and a little bit of my eye. It just adds a little bit of mystery and kind of suspense to your look and your face. And I love this for like a date night. You can leave it like this, nice and straight, but I'm gonna do a little bit something extra. I'm gonna take my curling iron. This is a 0.75 inch, so it's 3/4 inch. And I'm gonna take this like front section right here, kind of like this fringe. I'm gonna do it very lightly, kind of give it a little bit of a vintage wave. And there you have it. It's a little bit different take on the deep side. This part is really great if you have a cowlick. Instead of taking your hair up, you want to take the hair going a little bit down towards your face, and this just helps hide it and kind of make your hair lay a little bit better. So this next part, I like to call it the deep Hollywood soft glam look. So it also plays off with your hair going sort of down towards your face, but it's not as intense. So what I like to do is just pick up this side just a little bit, and to help maneuver, I just use a little bit of hairspray, and I like to spray it right in the front. Take any comb, this is my teasing comb, and I like to kind of comb it back and to the side. Just like that. And hold it while I'm combing. Take a little bit more hairspray, just to the very front. You can go up as high or as little as you want, but it gives a little bit more sophistication, less mystery, but it still enhances your features on your face. That's why it looks great on so many face shapes. So these next two parts take me back to the 90s and early 2000s because they were super popular. The first one is the W part. And this is literally where you create a W on the top of your head. So both of these parts are really fun to wear, and they're really practical because they give your roots lots of volume. And if you're blonde like I am, or you color your hair a different color than your roots and they're overgrown, it will help them hide a little bit better, and you can go an extra week without getting your roots done. That's my secret right there. So I'm gonna start off with the W part first, and I'm gonna do it on a more deeper side. It doesn't matter which side.
I'm gonna do it on the other side of my head.
So a rat tail comb comes in handy because you want to be a little bit more precise, or maybe you don't.
And then go
it's your
to
choice.
the other side.
So I'm gonna start off.
See where that ends?
Right from the front.
Take this hair.
And I'm gonna create a diagonal.
I'm just gonna fix it
And then do exactly the same thing as a diagonal to the other side. And as you can see, it creates that W shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just gives your roots dimension, and it gives a nice playful look to your hair overall. If you have side bangs, I think this part looks so beautiful because it adds a playful, romantic look to your roots. But in general, it looks great on every face shape. So the zigzag part, it is super simple. You just follow your part with the zigzag. I'm gonna do it right in the center. You can do it either center or really deep parts as well. Take a rat tail comb. I'm gonna start off just a little bit off the center part and go diagonally back. And for this, you don't wanna pick up your comb at all until you get to the very back. So as you can see, I went back and I cleaned up my hair. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit so it doesn't look too crazy. And if you want, you can just spray some hairspray on top so it stays in place. And there you go, it's super easy, it's fun, it's playful. But yet, if you have crazy roots, like sometimes I do, you just go in there, create a zigzag, and it will look much better. My hair is looking all sorts of crazy right now. All right, so the next part is what I like to call the number 7 part, because you're literally creating a number 7 in your hairline. So what I do is I take a deeper side, doesn't matter which side you go, and then I take it about like 3/4 of the way in, and then from there I'm gonna do it straight across to the other side, creating a number 7. And then taking that hair, I'm taking it towards the back of my head. And this just gives more volume to my crown, and it does something different to the side. And do the same thing to what I did to the T part. Tease your crown hairs a little bit to give a little bit more volume. And then to secure it, add some hairspray. So this part, it gives a nice modern spin on the T part, where it kind of reminded me of like a 50s, 60s housewife, where if you have like that scarf around your head and it's like nice voluminous crown. That's what that reminds me of. Last but not least, I call this the diagonally centered part. Kind of resembles the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So what I do is I start on a deep side, and I'm gonna start right in the front, and I'm gonna diagonal it right to the other side of my head. Take that hair and bring it over. And I like to make this one as straight and clean as possible because it gives a very nice look. To help this diagonal part stay nice and sharp, I'm gonna take some hairspray and then just take these hairs and kind of comb them towards the back. Take a brush and just polish it up. I love that it's so simple, but yet it looks so cool and it looks like a completely different hairstyle. And look at that volume that it gives. I mean, yes. Yes, please. If you want to take this part to the next level, go to the side where it's nice and deep. Take this hair behind your ear, and this will just help flatter your face features a little bit more, like your cheekbones and your eye, and it will exaggerate the diagonal even more. So easy, but so effective. And there you have it, the Leaning Tower of Pisa part. So there you go, my 10 ways to part your hair. I want to challenge all of you out there, for the next 10 days, part your hair differently. And let me know how it goes and have fun with it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. I love you all very much. Bye.